Let's be fair, the Monaco Grand Prix over the past couple of weeks has been a fantastic race weekend for a circuit where no overtaking takes place. But guess what? You know what I'm like. I like to find some bits and stories in terms of a race weekend or just Formula One weeks in general. And this week, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about butter. Yes, do not be confused by the thumbnail nor the title. It is absolutely correct. Butter and Formula One. What do I mean? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Formula One world champion Jenson Buttons and Formula One Sky Sports F1 commentator David Croft got into a bit of a spat with each other regarding butter and where it should be stored, whether it's in the fridge or whether it's not. Now, first of all, I didn't even know this was up for debate. I didn't know there was a discussion on this, but we'll get to those views later. Now, this all kicked off because former Formula One driver Anthony Davidson, who also works for Sky Sports F1, mentioned about Monaco and how to drive in Monaco. It's like spreading butter. So what does he mean by it's like spreading butter? Like, what does that even mean? He was referring to the fact that the track gains more grip as more rubber from the tires goes onto the track. Okay. And for whatever reason, this launched a debate between Jenson Buttons and David Croft. And Button was like, obviously you don't put butter in the fridge. And then Crofty was like, well, who puts butter in the fridge? Now, believe this, I am sitting there in the time thinking, hang on, this is practice 3. I've got it on. Yeah, Sky Go. I had it on at work, having a little listen whilst I'm doing my admin duties. And then this debate kind of just arose in front of me where I was not quite paying attention, but then I just noticed that there was a bit of an argument going on here. Not like a full-blown beef, but my goodness, beef versus butter, why don't we call it that? And Button explained that if you put butter in the fridge, it makes it more fun to spread. Now, that I don't agree with. More fun to spread? It's like a fun game? What kind of games is he playing? And Crofty was responding, I would hate to be your wife. Imagine the rows over breakfast. I mean, people, food is a time to come together. Communion, okay? None of this beef. We don't want to have no rows about whether butter should be in the fridge or not. Like, what the heck is going on here? Meanwhile, we've got Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, the McLaren boys, all on track, and we're talking about butter, whether it should be in the fridge or whether it should not. I couldn't understand. I just couldn't understand it. Now, I just want to say this. If you do not put butter in the fridge when you buy it from the fridge in the supermarket, there is something wrong with you. You need to be stopped. Somebody must be seeking help at this moment in time, because if you realize that you actually don't put your butter in the fridge, then guess what? Therapy is for you. And of course, Twitter, social media, oh my God, they laid the smackdown on David Croft because of course you put butter in the fridge. But I tell you what, this is what I like about practice sessions in general in Formula One, because you get those off-topic Formula One stuff, okay? And yes, you might be arguing like, maybe there's nothing to talk about, nothing to watch. But let me tell you, when you get content like that, ladies and gentlemen, it is worth watching it. Just have it on in the background. You never know what you might come across. Crofty, do the right thing and start putting the butter in the fridge, for goodness sake, okay? I don't want to see no lure pack on the kitchen worktop. What's the matter with you? And Jenson, you put your butter in the fridge, well done, but let's have it right, okay? It is not fun when it comes to spreading butter on the bread after it's just come straight out of the fridge. I got to let that hard compound tire become a medium. But Formula One, thank you. Thank you for the gift that is David Croft and that is Jenson Buttons and Anthony Davidson as well. I bet Anthony regrets mentioning anything to do with Monaco, butter, spread, grip, tire, whatever the case may be. Just when you think Formula One is boring, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is always something to find. Because you've watched this video, you're in pole position. Until next time, lights out.